and that was the test. Posse Comitatus was not overridden, and yet U.S. military forces were involved. Now, how many are familiar with Posse Comitatus and what it means? Power of the county. Good. There are some. Why did you fail miserably? At Lexington and Concord, the only common thought was, they are coming to take their property. There were as many diverse and variant organizations, groups, religious factions, whatever, in the United States in 1775 as there are in 1993, despite the propaganda we have received. In one place alone, I've seen 200 independent churches come together, meet, we have talked, and they have gone their separate ways again, signing no agreement, becoming part of no charter, and yet with a common mind, for they understand the value of this document. The key, the key, the key. All the armies of Asian Europe cannot by force of arms take a drink from the Ohio River nor lay a track on the Appalachian. If this nation is to fail, it shall fail from treachery within and then force of arms from without. It is a fact. That was true in 1865. It was true in 1775. It was true in 1994. This next year will be the telling pitch, the nexus that we are talking about. We are sitting on the brink. You have been tested and you have failed. They now feel, and rightly so, that we are either so blasted stupid or so lazy or so wrapped up in beer and pretzels and sports that we are not going to lift a finger to their actions. And I will agree with this, something that most of you do not seem to understand, but I want to remind you of it. When the time comes, out of the 70 million firearms owners that exist, 6 out of 7 at least will hand their weapons over immediately. Immediately. As long as you hold no illusion to that, you'll be doing just fine. That's reality. But let me remind you of numbers using the old world math again. 70 million firearms owners minimum, with 60 million surrendering their arms, means 10 million well-armed combatants. Now, I hate to tell you, kids, but that's just like facing 300,000 screaming naked Chinamen. Worse, because we think a little better, we fight a little better, and we're a hell of a lot better equipped. I pity the fools. I really do. I really do. I've realistically evaluated the situation over the years. 2 years ago, if you'd asked me how successful would we be, realistically, the action of this type, having to fight an aggressor of this type on our soil, will cost us 12 years of American history. That's 12 years of my life that I feel is a great waste. For you who are retired, that may be your life. But if you are not willing to pick up the weapons, face this enemy, and look him square in the eye, then you will have failed your ancestors, you will have failed your children, and you will have demonstrated to them that they are right. I will not let this happen. Will any of you? What? No. That's where we have to learn to use our voice again. No. 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 Ja. Ich nicht verschade, dass ich scheißt. Yeah. That is right. No. Nein. Yet. We must learn now to stop them, or they will be a juggernaut, and it will cost us more. I measure not our victory now as being in question. I measure now our victory in how long it will take before we defeat them. Seriously. Have heart. Be strong. Mettle yourself now. Arm yourself for truth. It is time. What can we do? Organize. 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 Always in threes. To organize, your best bet is to do it at the lowest possible level. From the low, we can build up a great wall. But the only way that can be done is for individuals to organize. Organize. Squads, fire teams, medical units, we need them all. If you are not interested in picking up an arm, I think that's a wonderful idea. If you have the power of your conviction to believe that, I think that's fantastic. But sure as hell, you better be standing next to me when the time comes. You better put your money where your mouth is. Put your life on the line just like mine. I need a doctor. I need nurses. I need people who are willing to risk their lives to help people who are losing theirs. I need educated individuals to help educate the young to make sure that we do not lose the heritage which is the United States, which is this document, the Constitution and the Bill of Rights, so that we properly educate and get through this in one piece. We can sink to the greatest depth, and we have. I can't see us getting any lower than we are right now. However, we can also reach the highest summit because we have the best guidelines. As I said before, the United Nations can offer us nothing. The only thing that they can do is take this away. And anybody who claims to abide by their laws is an enemy of mine and an enemy of yours. For to take this from me is to take my birthright away. And it is very important. This is not a chain upon me or any citizen in this room. This is a chain upon the government. For governments shall become corrupt. And let me ask you a simple question about the politics of the mechanism that we are facing. Since it will have total power and be the Gort of the day the earth stood still episode, since it's going to be the little Gort robot that can wipe out or eradicate anybody who stands up, who will it answer to? That's right. Nobody. And Gort didn't either. Bingo, bango, you're all ash. I do. It has to for one reason, because the only way... Let me ask you this. Here's the best example. Give me your house tonight. Will you? I'll come halfway. I'll take half of it. That makes no difference. I've got to compromise here. We need to compromise. You're being very unreasonable considering that I want your home. I only want half your home now. You're not going to give me half your home? Do you realize what kind of an inconsiderate this person is? This is an example of capitalism at its thriving at this moment in this country, which should be abolished because we should be self-flailing. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm an American. Oh my goodness, here, give me a cat of nine tails and I'll start it up, okay? That's our problem. This is our problem. Compromise. From the moment the Constitution, that's why the Founding Fathers wrote this the way they did. The Founding Fathers understood that word and what an evil it would become with regards to this. For if I come to you offering nothing and planning on taking something, I guarantee I'm going to eat your lunch eventually. Because I'll come back the first time and I'll be happy with 1/8 of your home. Just give me the property tax that I need. Now that I have the property tax, we'll figure out a way to get your home. Now, at some point, we have to decide, and it is now, that it would happen in my lifetime, in your lifetime. I could use that prayer, oh, please, Lord, don't let it happen to me. But let me ask you this, because this is something with all of you. Will your children be better prepared